and welcome back to another movie review. This one is for the third in the American Girls Dolls series. I almost said saga. I guess it's that too, but the series. And this one is Molly, an American Girl on the Home Front from 2006. Now, this one, I knew going into it that I would probably resonate with this one more than possibly any of the others because it takes place in the 1940s, which behind like the 60s and 70s for me, that is my other big era that I have always been obsessed with since I was a tiny little kid. Don't know why, just it's one of those things. So, anyways, I had also seen part of this one. This was the first one actually I had ever seen any of when it was on TV years and years and years ago. And is the whole reason why I was willing to try out watching some of the other ones was because of this one. But I had not seen it from the beginning. And let me tell you, from my own fandom perspective, I'm glad that I found it and watched it from the beginning, because within, like, the first, like, minute, like, not even a minute in, oh, whose name is on the movie marquee? Hello, Judy Garland! I'm like, they had Mickey and Judy on there, I think it was for Girl Crazy, and I was like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, fangirl. So, anyways, yeah, just for those of you who are not a regular to my channel, I am a Judy Garland fangirl. So I was like, holy crap, holy crap, holy crap, I was not actually expecting that here, or that quickly, holy crap. So anyway, that just right off the bat, and then Molly and her friends, like, going on about how Mickey and Judy are, like, the perfect movie star couple. I was like, oh my god, all the feels, if only they had been an actual couple, which, sadly, they were not, but I suppose kids in the 1940s probably did in fact think they were, because on screen they looked pretty convincing, but, yeah, no, alas, they were not in real life, but, oh my gosh, just right there, straight out of the gate, just like, okay, I already know I'm gonna like it just from that right there alone. Just from right, yeah, I already know. But, it's one of those things where even though I didn't grow up with the dolls, I didn't grow up with the books, I honestly grew up just looking at the catalogs and, like, fantasizing in my head my own stories about them, just from how vividly they painted this picture through all the details in the catalogs, which is really fucking sad, I suppose, but I always knew that Molly and Samantha were my two favorites. Samantha because she was the gorgeous one from the Victorian era, and what little girl doesn't want to fucking be her? And then Molly just because, you know, the 1940s thing, that's straight up in my wheelhouse. At that point, they didn't have Julie yet, so there wasn't one from the 70s. Now there is. I imagine if that one had existed when I was a kid, I might have actually owned an American Girl doll, because my parents, my grandparents, nobody could justify spending that much money on a doll for me, or all the accessories that go with it, when it was kind of just like historical fiction, da 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 da. Oh, but if it had been a hippie, yeah, I don't think there would have been any telling me otherwise. And now there's, like, apparently another one that's from the 60s. It's like a black girl. I don't know her name even yet. I only know because when I was looking up the info for the series of films, I saw that this was a thing. I was like, wait a minute, since when is she a thing? I don't even know this character. When did she must be recent? But granted, I haven't kept up with all the dolls and everything. I kind of stopped following that. This is really sad that it was as recent as it was. Probably stopped following them about 5 years ago. Let that sink in. I will be 35 next month. Let that sink in. But anyways, yeah, so it has to be a new one. But that said, if she had also been around as a kid, I probably would have demanded the playsets from that one to go with the one from the 70s and combine it with the 70s stuff and just had the ultimate playset. I probably actually would have foregone a lot of Barbies if that had been a thing. I digress. Why are we talking about this? We're supposed to be talking about the movie. Anyway, so, Molly. Just going from the picture I had painted in my head, thanks to those catalogs, I don't know if this movie is an accurate representation of how she was in the books, but, if this is how she acted in the books, I'm pretty sure if I had ever read them as a child, I would have possibly hated Molly because she's a little fucking bitch. Like, I was kind of shocked by this compared to the first two with Felicity and Samantha, where they're like perfectly proper, well-behaved girls. And then along comes spoiled ass Molly, who just, oh my god, she graded every gear. I cannot even. I was like, that is actually a horrible role model. I mean, on one hand, realistic, but I mean, that is a horrible role model for a little kid. But, I guess they had to have something that difficult children could relate to, which, I mean, I say I would have hated her, but on the other hand, I would have probably resonated with her because I was the difficult, shitty child, so I mean... And yet I watch it. Maybe that's why I'm so butthurt over it. I see a little too much of myself in that character, but, oh my god, she's a little spoiled shit. And, like, every little thing, everything has to revolve around her. Never mind that World War II is starting. Never mind that her dad has to go overseas to fight in the war. Never mind that her mom has to now go work to, like, put food on the table. Oh, the neighbor lady has to watch us after school. All she does is talk about her son. Yeah, you little shit, her son died in the war. Shut the fuck up. I was like, holy shit. Plot twist, like, damn, you just got owned, Molly. But, yeah, her dad goes off to war. That chick's son went off to war. The teacher that she has, that she pretty much obsesses over, her fiance went to war. Predictably, this turns into an everybody fucking dies movie, and, you know, it sets the stage to where it feels like, oh fuck, they're gonna kill off the dad. Yet another one of these damn movies where they can't just let the parents be alive. What? Why are we trying to be Disney? Stop trying to be Disney. But, anywho, I digress. But, as he is away at war, there is some dance, I don't know if it's a dance class she's in, or if this is just a thing for school that is just part of the curriculum, but there's like a dance thing where she's actually a really bad dancer, but she's in this class anyway for whatever the fuck reason, and there's a thing where the best dancer by like the end of, I forget when, this was already a couple weeks ago, I watched this now, I should have made this the same day like I did the other two, but the end of, I don't know, the year maybe? It wasn't the end of the summer, because like wintertime this was still going, but maybe it was the end of the year. Whoever the teacher deemed to be the best would be named Miss Victory in like their school pageant and would go on to perform ISO shows for the troops and things, which I mean, a little fucking kid, what are you doing? But I mean, everybody has to do their part for the war effort, I suppose, and that is a recurring theme throughout the movie, over and over and over. They drill this phrase into your head. Most little kids watching this probably would not know what the hell that term even meant, but throw it out there over and over because why not? I suppose if I watched it as a kid, I would have known, but again, that's because of my weird fangirliness over the 40s. But, anyways, most kids are not me, so that would not have been the case for most. But anyways, so there's another sudden plot twist. There's a girl from England, oh yeah, where the dad is stationed now, but a girl from England apparently has been relocated to America and just happens to have been stationed with Molly's family. Well, no, that's a lie. It was a woman that the mom is now working with. Got stationed with her, but Molly's mom offered to take her in because she has daughters, she has spare room, she can take care of her kids can be friends with her, and da-da-da-da-da-da. Because this poor girl's house got bombed. However, Molly does not know this. The little girl initially doesn't even really speak hardly at all, and they kind of come to their own conclusions just because she's British, that, oh, you must be royalty, you must know the Queen, you must this, that, and the other. And somewhere in there, I guess the kid decides it's easier to tell a lie than to tell the truth. Excuse me. On what the reality of her situation is, and she claims that that her parents are, like, Lady and... was it Duke and Lady Windsor? I don't know. It was someone and someone Windsor. I'm pretty sure. If it wasn't Windsor, it was equal footing. I feel like it was Windsor, though. It was like, oh shit, we actually have royalty in our house. What the... Wow. So this is probably a crap shack compared to what you're used to. You're probably used to, like, butlers and maids and shit. And Molly's being a little snot to her. Like, straight up, she is being a snot. And this poor girl did nothing to her other than show up. She's trying to be polite, she's trying to keep to herself, but oh no, this girl is better in school than Molly, and Molly takes this as, like, a personal attack on herself, that, you know, the English school system is different, and, you know, apparently she is more advanced, especially with spelling, and Molly's, like, studying her ass off for the school spelling bee, and da-da-da-da-da, and she's like, don't you want to study? She's like, oh, it's not required. And you can practically see the look on Molly's face, fuck you! But it was like, wow, if, like, looks could kill. Molly is a little shit over this. I was like, stop it! Like, seriously, stop! This girl did nothing to you! She is not trying to steal your life. All she did was show up. Leave her alone. The poor kid. But, her friends are, like, obsessed with her and practically fighting over, I want her to come to my house! I want her to come to my house! And Molly's like, fuck you all! Obviously, she doesn't actually say that. It's a little kid movie, but I mean, essentially, the little kid version of fuck you all is kind of her attitude towards anything involving this poor girl. And this kid, I mean, eventually the truth comes out that she's not actually royalty, and actually her mom died in the bombings, and her house was destroyed, and all her belongings were destroyed, and this, that, and the other, and she actually had a very tragic life. And now Molly feels bad for her, and why didn't you tell me, and this, that, and the other, and she didn't really have a good reason for that. Why am I chipping off my nail polish? I don't know. But, she didn't exactly have a good reason for it, or any reason for it, if I recall. She kind of just went quiet, and Molly went to hug her, and apparently now they're BFFs, as of that moment. Because that completely erases all the shittiness of how Molly has been to her all this time. I don't know. I don't fucking know. But anyway, yeah, the school, spelling bee happens, and they're both in it, and they're both, like, practically to the finals. And the little British girl was actually about to outdo Molly. And then all of a sudden, the teacher gets a telegram. And we all know exactly what just happened. Ba-da-dum, bum, bum. Another one bites the dust. I'm sorry, that is so inappropriate right now, but, like, seriously. It's just like, oh shit. It's like, you know damn well, the next time that you see that guy delivering a telegram, because now you've seen it with her. I believe they showed it with the lady who was babysitting them. Well, now, all of a sudden, oh shit, he's showing up at their house with a telegram, so we all know what we think this is. Oh shit, Molly's dad is missing. Oh shit. So it looks like he's obviously dead. Spoiler alert, he's not. But they make it look like that. Except that at, what was it? Not the remake of the Spelling Bee, but, or I guess rematch. But I think the Miss Victory thing, which Molly did end up getting declared Miss Victory over this little spoiled twat of a girl that was also in her class who is just so smug from, like, the first minute that you see her on screen, because she is just so sure of herself that she's going to be it, to where, like, when they, like, decided Molly's it, like, she's like, there must be a mistake, and, like, rage quits out of there. But, which, I'm sorry, I laughed, because it was so overblown and overdone, but a lot of things in this one were. But, so she does her show and everything, and who's waiting in the wings but her dad, who walks with a cane now, but he's alive, so there's that. And he's more or less adopted the little British girl as one of his own, and buys her a Christmas present along with the rest of the family for Christmas, and it's all happy, happy, joy, joy, fun time. They don't really address what ended up happening to the girl. Like, Did he adopt her fully? Did she eventually go back to England? We don't really know. I don't know if that was in the books. I don't know if that was purely for the movie. I don't really know. But there was a lot of just head tilt moments in this one where I was like, this does not feel like the other two. I like the other two better, despite this being pop culturally. This should be my favorite one so far. Because of frigging Molly's attitude, I think I liked it the least. But only because of her. Everything else in it, I actually would have liked it the best, probably, if not for her. And since she's the main character, that's kind of hard to get around. But, the music in it, I loved. I mean, obviously, I recognized every song they used in it, but they're pretty basic standards from that era. It wasn't, like, anything obscure, but still, just saying, but friggin' Molly, dude, is she like that in all the books? Because if so, I think I'm having some serious, like, doubts about how I always felt about Molly. I'm like, oh god, I cannot. I couldn't believe she was such a shit, and now I'm like, are some of the other girls in this series like that? Oh my god. I guess I better brace myself for that shit then, huh? But I don't know what I was expecting, but that wasn't it. That was not what I was expecting at all. But I guess in terms of a rating, it's hard for me to rate this one because I have to, like, differentiate Molly herself from everything else in this. But, because also the actress who played Molly, she has, like, no fucking emotion. Every line is read so flat. And yes, I realize there's people who talk like that in the world. It just is a thing, but why the hell would you choose them intentionally for a movie? I don't understand. She's, like, the only one in the film who has that issue. It's just like, why would you make her the friggin' star if she can't even show emotion? Like, what the fuck? But, I don't know. That's just my own personal pet peeve. That is a thing that I saw a lot of in 80s movies, and why for years I just thought I hated all 80s movies because it seemed like for one decade, don't know why, everyone fucking forgot how to act. Don't know why. I mean, I've dug further and I've found exceptions to the rule, but even of those exceptions, usually there's still people within those films who have that issue and just, it bothers me so fucking badly. I cannot. But, the fact that she is the star of this, I'm like, oh my god. Why couldn't you have cast somebody better for this? I don't understand. I don't, but, goodness. So, I mean, that in and of itself is a huge strike against it right there, but her snotty ass little attitude just grinded my gears too the whole time. And I mean, the plot points, they're predictable, but at the same time, for what it is, I guess it works. But, I guess I would, like, rate this a 3 out of 5. It's mediocre at best. I feel like I'm being generous giving it that 3, because of my own personal things that I did like about it. If it weren't for those, if I didn't feel as strongly about the era that this takes place in as I do, I would probably give it a 2. But I'm being nice. I am granting it that 3. So, I know a lot of people consider this film to be their favorite one in the franchise, so take my opinion with a grain of salt. Just, I am hypercritical of everything. You guys know this. I nitpick everything to death. It's in my nature. But yeah, so that is it from me for this one. I guess I will go find what the next one is, watch that, and report back soon. I have several other movies that aren't American Girl doll ones to review first before I do that. Like, I saw The Irishman, which I actually loved, spoiler alert. I have to review that. There's another De Niro movie I watched that I also want to review. There's a few other things that I've watched lately that I want to film reviews for, so who knows what I'll get around to doing the next American Girl one, but I will do it, because I want to do the whole series. But anyways, that is it for this one. So as usual, you guys know what to do. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like. If you're not already and you'd like to be, click subscribe, hit that notification bell icon so you never miss an upload, leave comments down below. If you've ever seen this movie, what did you think about it? Did you think Molly was a little shit? I don't know. Let me know everything, and anything at all about anything down below in the comments. Make sure you're following my social media accounts, my Facebook fan page, my Twitter, my Instagram, my Etsy, everything and more. It's all down below. And if you like what I do here on this channel and you like to help support it, get your name on the end card for a month from the time of donating and grab yourself some donator perks. The donation link, as always, is down in the description. And as always, in case you guys need to hear today and you haven't yet, I love you. I'm proud of you. See you next time. Bye-bye.